Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever caught yourself wondering how the exact same technological leaps are somehow fixing our schools and our farms simultaneously? Today, we're exploring a truly fascinating intersection of ideas. We're looking at how next generation technology is stepping up to solve massive, systemic challenges in two vastly different yet equally vital arenas: our digital classrooms and our physical world. We'll be pulling insights from recent academic research on educational AI, industry insights from Magic School, and cutting-edge agricultural breakthroughs straight from the iTex Malaysia 2026 Invention Catalog. Okay, so let's dive into this massive question. We're looking at two seemingly distinct areas today: generative AI in education and advanced agricultural innovations. We want to see exactly how they're tackling time scarcity and resource waste head-on. Because honestly, whether it's a teacher stretched entirely too thin by admin tasks or a farmer battling crop disease and inefficient resource use, the core problem is exactly the same: systemic burnout and resource waste. So we're going to look at how technology is offering some really scalable real-world solutions. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover 1. AI and teacher burnout, 2. Transforming the learning experience, 3. The ethics of edtech, 4. High-tech sustainable farming, 5. Reimagining agricultural resources, and 6. The future of innovation. Let's get right to it. Section 1. AI and teacher burnout, rescuing the educator. We've got to start with a very human-centric problem: educator fatigue. The research clearly shows that teacher workload is expanding at a completely unsustainable rate. And this is largely due to growing expectations around differentiation, documentation, and constant communication. Now, under a traditional workload, a teacher's day rarely ends when the bell rings, right? They're stuck manually grading and building lessons from scratch late into the night. But with an AI-assisted workflow using platforms like Magic School, teachers can totally automate those repetitive tasks. They can generate automated, rubric-aligned feedback and create instant differentiation for different reading levels. It fundamentally shifts the teacher's energy from tedious repetition to actual, meaningful personalization. Just look at the specific tools making this possible. You've got AI lesson plan generators, rubric makers, presentation generators, multiple choice quiz makers, and tools that instantly adapt the complexity of a reading passage. Instead of staring at a blank page, a teacher generates a high-quality draft in seconds, and then spends their valuable time refining it for their specific students. It speeds up the planning process immensely, all while ensuring the educator remains fully in the driver's seat. Section 2. Transforming the learning experience, AI as a scaffold. Let's see how this builds from just reducing administrative burdens to actually reshaping how students process and engage with information. To really get the pedagogical impact here, we have to look at Vygotsky's zone of proximal development, or ZPD. Basically, it's the space between what a student can do alone and what they can do with a little help. Generative AI acts as an advanced, highly personalized scaffold here. It expands the ZPD by providing step-by-step guidance, interactive problem solving, and real-time feedback that matches a student's exact developmental stage. And we aren't just talking about theory here. The measurable impact is pretty staggering. According to the research, Singapore's national AI strategy utilized AI-powered adaptive math tutoring systems in their classrooms, and the result? They saw student problem-solving skills improve by 20%. That is a massive leap in cognitive development, directly attributed to personalized, AI-driven learning pathways. Section 3. The ethics of edtech, guardrails for the future. Of course, rapid adoption of generative AI brings challenges, like algorithmic bias and data privacy. To mitigate these risks safely, academic sources propose a 3-tier framework. First, ethical governance, meaning algorithms must be transparent and data highly protected. Second, capacity building, which emphasizes that teachers absolutely must be trained in AI literacy so they actually understand the tools they're using. And third, infrastructure development, relying on public-private partnerships to make sure we have equitable access to these tools across different socioeconomic regions. And speaking of equitable access, researchers emphasize a super fascinating solution to prevent worsening the digital divide in low-resource environments. The answer lies in Edge AI. These are lightweight AI models designed to operate entirely offline or on very low-cost devices. It ensures that the amazing benefits of personalized AI learning don't just go to schools with high-speed internet, but can actually reach rural and underserved communities as well. Section 4. High-tech sustainable farming, from mines to matter. All right, now that we've seen how we cultivate the minds of the next generation using digital tools, let's execute a pivot right to the soil. We're pulling these incredible physical innovations directly from the catalog of the 37th International Invention, Innovation, Technology Competition and Exhibition, or ITEX, in Malaysia. This is where cutting-edge engineering literally meets the dirt. IoT and clever engineering are solving massive physical inefficiencies on the farm right now. Take a look at these inventions. You've got the Polybag Soil Rotor V2, which is a 4-in-1 tool that attaches to a standard hand drill to loosen soil and cut roots, massively reducing manual labor. Then there's the Eco-Quantum Shield, using plant-based quantum dot nanoparticles to target pests precisely without dousing crops in conventional pesticides. And finally, a completely solar-powered smart farming IoT system developed at the Imam Al-Shafi'i Al-Quran Academy that automates vegetable irrigation and soil monitoring. These are practical, highly deployable solutions to agricultural waste and labor shortages. Section 5. Reimagining Agricultural Resources. Biotech Breakthroughs. This takes us down to the molecular level, where biotechnology is unlocking completely new, highly efficient uses for traditional agricultural commodities. Let's look at a new green process for purifying natural rubber from the Malaysian rubber board. So traditionally, rubber has impurities, but by using an enzyme-based process called protease hydrolysis, proteins are converted into soluble polypeptides. Then a biodegradable surfactant stabilizes everything. The result? The natural rubber reaches about 96% hydrocarbon purity without damaging the rubber backbone. It creates a sustainable, ultra-purified material that actually rivals synthetic rubber in its performance. It's a real game changer. We also have incredible advancements in crop protection. The Malaysian cocoa board is using CRISPR gene editing technology entirely outside the lab with a system called VS Detect. It uses Cas12a to target the specific DNA of the pathogen that causes vascular streak dieback in cacao plants. Using a proprietary peptrack delivery system, it enhances cellular penetration so it can detect the disease before symptoms even show. And the farmer? They read the result on a simple, instrument-free lateral flow strip. Think about that for a second. A rapid test for plant DNA. It gives farmers the power of a high-tech lab right in the palm of their hand, allowing for early intervention to save their crops. And the innovation doesn't stop at the harvest. In an amazing example of closing the loop, another invention takes natural rubber serum, which is normally just discarded industrial waste, and purifies it into a bioactive extract for, wait for it, anti-aging cosmetics. It's a brilliant and honestly truly surprising way to eliminate resource waste while creating an entirely new, high-value product. Section 6. The Future of Innovation. Connecting the Dots. By looking at these two distinct fields side by side, a unified picture really starts to emerge. Whether it's an AI platform drafting a reading passage to save a teacher's evening and resolve cognitive overload, or an insulated fermentation box securing crop health on a cocoa farm, the underlying goal is totally identical. Both of these frontiers represent our relentless drive to maximize human potential and protect our natural resources using smart, scalable technology. As we stand on the brink of these incredible systemic advancements, it leaves us with a compelling thought. From the way we cultivate the minds of the next generation to the way we cultivate the food on our tables, innovation is moving faster than ever. So, which of these systemic innovations, the digital scaffolds of AI, or the physical breakthroughs of agritech, do you think will impact your daily routine first? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the world around you.